Welcome to my development stream. Last time I started with procedural map generation and will continue today. Never used it before, have to read up on it and try out what it works. Why do I have exclamation marks? Do I to restart the terminal? I don't know. Let's take a look at the current game. I added first what its sprites or images for world. X this currently generates random environments. Goal is to shoot with my blue dots the black dots. For each 20 kills I get a level up, and then I can spend for random upgrade, can choose from 3 gears, speed or health. Currently there's a new background or map. It's hard to read, but we will improve on the map for today. Okay. So I have game task, map tiles I have done, but they are not blocking and destroyable. Also something I did not do now. Map tile images I have. Procedural map generation, these are links I found the last time. Currently looks just like random. Currently it's not totally random, mostly they're trees together and stone together and rarely just alone. But want to have more trees combined to form wood. What's called it? And I remember correct, this thing said something about I don't no longer know how it was called, but zoom in was the word maybe. So I will get the random tile ID. And now I can zoom equals 8. Let's see what happens. This would mean I divide to zoom. And maybe this does something. Doesn't look any different, I would say. Let's look with 16. Did I? What? Then let's go under 28. Does not work for me. Or be slightly, but I don't think it is. 2024 zoom. No, nothing. Doesn't feel quite right. Let's can change a bit up and see what happens, but first let's over the link, because I don't know how he means zoom. Is that interpolated? Okay. Okay, this is not what I do. I understand what he is trying. It's like you can bit see squares here. But here it looks better, but I don't think it's working for me. He just uses two values at the end, basically. I am at 3, and I need to know how to get this done, but I can just try what he's doing approximately. So let's make do I need this line? This is just random. I use a zoom. Bit new chunk. Test fixed when give them can based on chunks at a bit random tile ID. Let's take this out at random. Did I miss? Be this. Now I could divide by 2. No, that's random divided 2 and we add the chunk this is like it's not interpolation, but let's see what happens. This is a number bigger. Let's see, I don't divide this by 2. Okay, I understand. If this white part is 1, then it can no longer be grass. I will have chunks where there is no grass, which would then be, and I have chunks where there's no stone. It's not quite what I want. I don't see how I can make it work. Well, I think my testing ends here with this version. Then let's create this. Let's look at this. Yes, I have something similar. I need to call it chunk and chunk length. And okay. I'm not quite sure yet, but just keep it. It's not quite. Don't have a function. So it's okay. Um, let's see. It's nothing for Guardians, or was it? Is the grid we created? Yes. Okay. Um, Probably number. Guardians. It's not a number. And the unit vector has x and y. Okay. The number is x, number y, number. Okay. Okay. I did the other way around. It's from a class. Okay, I can look up the complete solution or try to understand it myself. Basically, we need to start with do we make it ugly? Have the grid here. We didn't want this function because it's linear. We want the smooth step. Wanted the dot product. This is intensity. I still need interpolation. There's something I didn't get. Two points, and now we have from the edges of the cell. How do we call it? Permanent cell in the grid. The integers around the point. Found the cell nodes. Calculate the dot product between the distance vector between the point. This is the point. And the point and then in the window. Distance vector. Cell dot products. Can do this for times. What do we do with it? Terp. Okay, this has nothing to do with the values given here. So if terp 0 if this x was 0 and cell point would be 0, then our gradient can give us the value 56, and for x plus 1 we get T8. Is this the thinking? And here we make it Berlin quintic polynomial. But how do we... Well, I can now do the dot grid, which would need to be, how do I call it? Dot plot grid. What x0 is this, x, y. Now I need 0, y0, and it's missing something, the grid doesn't know the type of the grid. That's what I need. X number 1. Now I have this. It's and This must be the 4. Now I can interpolate. I have A and B. Three steps. Between the 4 cell nodes. First, by interpolating of other x distance, inputs to the cell top dot products and then the top dot products and bottom. Don't understand. Have is top meant y0 and bottom y1? Just try around. I will the inter I need x, and then, if I understand it correctly, no, zeros keep, and then with x again, this time the bottom. Then we have the result, let's call it, and this will be interpolation of y. These. I have no idea. Interpolate between the one thing which is important to understand, I think, is this x don't need to be integers, and if I have integers, it would be bad. Maybe I have a Perlin get for these. I can go up and let's them out. Equals Berlin get of these two. This is not the random tile ID yet. Said it's between -1 and 1. I add 1, it would be between 0 and 2. Mass point floor. I can do I need to add by 2 times 3? I think this could be correct. I try and gradients. And read properties of undefined. I did. It's 4. But word X, word Y. I'm confused. This is the X and Y I get in to integer increased by 1, which means they can go infinite. Something doesn't add up. I cannot generate an infinite big version of this. And if I reuse it, it also does not work. Only this is the first. So let's look at the GitHub Python version. Interesting. Vector dot product grid. This looks different. This looks familiar. This looks familiar. Seed. Turn this memory. It's what's already calculated. Do the floor. Doesn't save the +1, okay. So for dot products, I did this. The interpolation, left, right, and top and bottom. I might did it. Oh, this is different. X minus XF. Okay. This is missing. Does the rest add up? Dot prod grid. The dot prod uses the gradients. Interpolation. Okay, this is important. XXY. Left, right. Where X is the value it's changed in F things. I think I have these correct. It's X0. And this. I don't need to optimize for speed yet. Oh, the get XY has to work for any X and Y. So if I go in dot prod grid, have an X and a Y. Which values do I go in there? If this gradient exists, we take it, else we create a random one and save it. Now it's completely random based. And I need to have a seeded one. A seed. I cannot generate an infinite one. Does not quite work. Well, it's good enough. I built, but not what I thought these things do. T the X V Y. Okay, let's look. Here he assumes they already exist. I have to this because they cannot already exist. Let's do it this way. Says they're already gradients is input. Type does he have? Didn't know I can do this. I'd not seen it before, but okay. It's basically do I I'm confused. Double input an array as this. No, this is an object. Uh, what is this for a type? He accepts this as input. This is interesting. I Does this get closer to it? I more or less has types. Oh, oh, Airway. I'm confused by this type. This also names them differently. Did not see it. He still doesn't accept them. Then I will go back to a two-dimension array. So this is interesting. I make 2 dimensions, which I at least know how I can work with them. But it makes it more complicated. Need both. Else. Could do it in one line. It's not. When vector did I vector? Okay. This it's start empty. Add it. Okay. Now it might work. And I have my ping bug. It's all trees. Not quite. What I want. Berlin get. Where do I do the Berlin get? Here. This. A lot of zeros. The minus zero. Interesting. So my Perlin noise does not work. Perlin get. Can I find out? Vector. So the values are not between -1 and 1. TXB does look good. Can I find out? Let's debug it, I would say. Sources. Get one. Oops. We have as value 0 and 24. Goes to 1 and 25. The dot products are 0 minus. Well, just a dot product. Currently not sure what I should expect as a dot product. But I'm now over it already. So let's look. I always come in here with exact integers. So 0 or 24, it will always be the corner. I have inter 1, inter 2. Because I always aim on the corner, it's always okay. Well, I have an idea, see something different, but it's happy. Let's divide by 16. think. I use them, but doesn't matter. Let's see what happens now. No change. But the values did change. I divided by 16. Currently the tree is the most. Not what I'm looking for. It's, some way it's working and it's some not. Let's only have 2, 0 and 1. Have grass or tree. I think I need to draw a bigger map to see more of the generated stuff. Now I have this working. I don't know if it's a fitting. Let's increase part of the map I draw. Let's currently have to think. Should I just increase the size of the window to the size of the size of the canvas to the size of the browser window and keep it updated? It's an option. is a, how does it call it, JavaScript window size change event. Window size event, this could be it. Event listener size, do something. But for the window, I think this is what I want. When does the main do it? Main its listeners. Document at event listener resize. Oh no, console log event. Does he tell me what I have in here? I do. Nothing happens. It resizes. It's not on. Do I remove the document? Because it's a window. Yes. And now. Oh, tell me where I find the new values. In the window, not in the event, it seems. Let's try these. This is very small. Nope. I have the canvas element. 3.8 equals window init. Nope. Point width. He makes a question mark. Does he add a question mark? It is definitely, if he wants it, let's do this. But now it only happens on resize, and it would happen okay, because I start few pixels, I have to take this, remove it, and I have to set the does he know it here? Here, he knows it. Knows it on reload. Okay. Have to fix the ping bug because I don't know. Yes. Let's I not necessarily need these. I need to have to put it up absolute 0. Let's where they have CSS. Don't I only probably does the body do it? Margin of 8. Margin. If I take the border away, still can move left, right. Let's styles margin 0. Is it like this? Looks good. And let's subtract 2 for the 1 pixel border. See what happens. Still too big. Let's currently don't know where they come from. How do I have? Didn't I move the margin? Ah, he remembered I did it. Margin 0. Style I have S2. Is it here? It's I do the simple solution and remove more. The hope. Okay. Oh no, because I have to scroll down. I get this. Okay, of course. Or the left right is big, but I don't want to have the scroll up and down. This happens. I have style. Let's try in the browser first. Canvas, position, absolute. Is it not absolute? It is fixed. But what was the right word? Static? Do I need to set HTML? Absolute, I think I do. Static is by default. Relative is it's one option, but not perfect. Even this is an ancestor. Document body. Top and right are the positions. Okay. I think I want absolute. Top is 0. Perfect. Left is 0. Give me the style. I think I took everything. Top left absolute. I might not even need the margin now, because he might ignore it. Yes. Can I think it's will be still positioned behind it. Z index. Let's see if this does something. But he has it. We look later in it. So minus 20. Do I have my scroll wheels again? Because I have the border, I think. Minus 2 should. Help. Perfect. now I have to determine how much of the map I have to paint. Paint map. Be stupid for the moment. Okay. Now I can see. Okay, here's a part where it's too late, but currently there's so much wood that it's possible that there is a dead end. And it still looks very much like chunks. Here's trees. It's not very smooth, or not smoothness I would expect. It's never a round, always sharp edges. I to look further into it, but okay, if I besides it I currently see the text, I can also do this. Interesting. To increase it further. Unexpected. For first, this should be in the middle by default. Means I need to know the width and height of the paint area. Okay, I think I want to improve on the paint map. Do I have the CTX? I am not sure if I got to the I think it was this. And is this what I need? Tile size chunk length. I was connected to Y, yes. And this makes it connected to height. So height divided by chunk size and mass.Ziel should be the same for should have. Widths, and this might not work perfectly yet. Yes, it paints one up. Still does feel off. Reload, start, drag it bigger. Up. Does happen. Up. Yes. Not quite what I expect. I have 8 times 8 chunks, I think. The 4. And here it flips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. This does fit. Always paints a complete chunk, which means I need to do one more. I should be good. Better. But I don't paint myself correctly. Camera position, chunk size. Something doesn't add up yet. Start chunk is based on camera position divided by chunk size. Paint chunk gets the X and Y. X and Y subtracts the camera position. Camera position is the player position. something currently my brain doesn't want to understand. Go to game page, character, the camera position and the character. Doesn't change much. And I add 200 and okay, here I have it. Ah. I have these values probably also in the map somewhere hidden. Don't I? Oh, I never considered that my map is completely drawn in the wrong position because I have no collision. Okay. Then I only need to draw the character at the right position. Aesthetics, canvas. Center height is Y. Oops, wrong button. Did I jump? Center X is the width. And unsure what he does with half values, but don't care. Okay, I need to correct the projectiles. Yeah. Okay. Is it if I change the delay bug? If I change something and he restarts the server? No, then I will disconnect from the server. Okay, and the UI is also not based on the size. But that's fine now. Can improve it later. I currently draw too many chunks. Think I can, if x is bigger than 0, and x is smaller than width. Smaller than width is correct. Bigger than plus chunk size. No. I am missing map tile size, exactly. So if I paint this and this gets bigger than 0, even 0 is, I should put 0 in there. And x is smaller, width is width. If I start, I think this is correct. The same for y. And y is for height, so I save some paints. The only thing which is off now is the position of the map doesn't add up. Oh, I destroyed it. Why did I destroy it? X has to be... Oh, it's a paint chunk. Not here. It could return if it doesn't. If X is paint top left position. No. This is not here, this is here. Should I do it in paint tile? Let's do it in paint tile. If paint position X plus tile size is smaller than 0, I don't need to draw it. If paint position plus X is bigger than... Don't know the width here. Don't have... Let's text canvas point width. If my start paint position is bigger, I no longer need to draw it. Now if the paint position Y plus tile size is smaller, it's all ORs. All ORs. Is it all ORs? No. Yes, it's all ORs. If one is outside, I don't need to paint it. X canvas point. Okay. Oh, I don't paint anything. I didn't add this. Still do not paint anything. Smaller 0. Greater than the canvas width. Or smaller 0 or canvas height. I don't see it, my mistake. Let's find it. Here I am. Step 1, no, something. Paint position is 0. Tile size is 40. Would be bigger. This should not be fulfilled. Paint position. X is still 0. Canvas width is bigger. Should not be fulfilled. 0 tile size 40 should not be fulfilled. Canvas height 403. Here's a mistake. Wrong direction. Did not switch it up. Okay. Oh, I'm in the middle. Okay, can maximize it. Okay. Well, it works. It's still a test commit. Trying proceed generation. Trying out some kind of okay. Now still not how I want it to look. Still it looks too edgy. Let's. I had one more link. Or I can pull in noise. How does it work? Finding a grid of random gradient vectors. This is then computing the dot product between the gradient vectors and their offsets. I have this. And interpolation. Okay, this is what this JavaScript example did. But it somehow did not end up the way I wanted it to be. Yes, the smooth step thing. The end. It's a bit different, but in the end it's a vertex of x and y. Let's just look how it's in my case. It's dot prod grid that random unit vector. I have a x and y based on gross and thin, and here I also have a random value of these two values. take a random gradient. Take it always as random. I don't remember them. But the random is probably based on the position. B, yes, here's no random. So, okay, based on x and y, I get a random deterministic random number. And this is my gradient, so I don't have to save the random values. This is good because it will also go infinitely in my case. Where do I have it? The grid, which is not good. For each x and y, I only calculate it once, I think. I don't even need to remember it. Okay, this might be improvement for me. And I have this, I have load. It's minus zero. I do these, I do interpolation. Okay, they do the values in a different order, but it's the same in the end. Return range minus 1 to 1. Now, it looks like what I do. And here it looks rounder. Also a bit edgy. But this is added to itself to create function noise. This looks rounder. So something is strange with my case. But first, I think I don't need the grid. And dot product. I need gradient. So in my case, I will always go to the bottom one, because I think I will never reuse. This might be second. These two are always different. I did. Right, let's go back. The grid in. Paint tile, but I have the divided by 16 here. It's basically I forgot. Okay, I only had trees in this version. And I divided by... Okay, let's look on the Wikipedia page. Did I see something? And why? Something feels wrong. Cannot be that the top left point is always a tree. So if I divide it by 2, the top left of 4 is always a tree. This cannot be correct. For a noise function. Do I do something wrong, or is this the case? I can divide by 128 and see if this works better. But then I still have... Let's increase my movement speed. Does this currently happen leveling? Move speed. Someone gives it in here. Yeah, create player character. After the color comes the move speed. I make types 10. Now I can fast around. Not what I want. Let's try to understand what happens. Mhm. If x and y are always... They are always integers and never some decimal numbers. The floor won't change it. There will be x0 would be the same as x. Then the end, if I interpolate, I use x minus x0. This will always be 0 because they are the same. Same for y. interpolating will return n0. N0 is the dot product of x0, y0, x and y. And if I go to the dot grid gradient, assume that yx and x are the same and ix and iy. Ix and x and iy and y are the same, then these will be zeros, and this will return a 0. 0 times something. So my understanding is that my assumption is true. Then how do somebody deduce it? For one x and y, I go in the dot gradient. The dot gradient has a random gradient and it's based on these inputs. So it stays the same for gradient keeps x and y for every value in between. Keeps the gradient and interpolate. Something feels off. It is square. So it's always it's no wonder it feels so squared for me currently. I appoint and I create a square around it, and this has some random direction. But when I this corner point has always the same value at the end. It's not fitting for me. Well, I will take a break here. Hopefully find something working for me in the next time, but this might take a while. You know, a lot of green grass, a lot of trees. probably the thing I want at the end is I have a few forests scattered around the world. There's always a path to run past it, and the forest should not be so squared. Then also needs to be rock. Maybe there's a rock besides here, a small rock area, there rock, small. And somewhere where I can find maybe then also some pass terrain. So there's a way. So I need stuff for orientation, basically. Okay, let's quit. Let's look at the current state of the game. I generate still a map. I'm not happy with it. And the other part is still kill enemies to level up, to get stronger, but currently I'm running so fast to be able to explore how the generated map looks. And it has too many sharp corners. It doesn't look round. Okay, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.